What's up, guys? We're here today with another Pokemon Sun and Moon live Wi-Fi battle, and as you can see, we're using the same team as last time. If you haven't seen that last battle, you should go check that out. But just in case you haven't, we are using the Mega Aerodactyl, Azelf, Conkeldurr, Sylveon, Volcanion, and Haxorus. So we're going to go ahead and jump in with this team. Get my camera ready for my opponent. We're actually battling Cody. We've battled a few times on the channel before, and he's actually my roommate, so this should be interesting. It's our first battle in a long time. As we see Blastoise, I'm going to assume that's Mega Blastoise. Then we have Mienshao, Sylveon, Alolan Muck, Serena, and Typhlosion. So this is definitely different for his standards, but looking at this, I think, who do I want to lead? It's an interesting question. I think I'm actually just going to lead with Conkeldurr. Get that knockoff pressure going. Definitely an interesting team for sure. Thankfully, I do have Earthquake, which takes care of two of my opponent's mons, and we got... I just gotta play it safe. But this is our second battle with this team, so there will be one more battle with this team afterwards. I don't really have an upload schedule. I just try to upload 2 to 3 times a week if I can. But we're going to go ahead and jump into this. See my Conkeldurr lead. And there's Muck. So I am actually okay if my opponent wants to go for a Poison Jab. I'm just going to go for a knockoff here. I could get that Guts boost, and that'd be really nice. Goes for knockoff, okay. So my opponent was carrying an Assault Vest as well. Looking at this though, I think I'm actually just going to go for a Drain Punch. Does kind of suck because we lose our bulk with no Assault Vest, but I'm okay with that. Kind of wish they would have went for a Poison Jab, because that's almost a guaranteed poison. Withdraws. What are you going out into? Pop-Tart? Should have saw that coming. Still does a decent chunk. We're actually both using the Pop-Tarts. We share some of the same ones, so if you're going to wonder about that later in the video. But I'm just going to go out to my Volcanion now. My opponent could go for Toxic. I'm expecting the Hyper Voice. Goes for Psyshock, okay. I'm actually okay with this because I'm more physically defensive than anything, and there is my leftovers. Looking at this, my opponent really has nothing that wants to take. I'm just going to go for Sludge Wave. I don't know that it'll be enough, but it could do a decent chunk, and then I could go for Earth Power on the Muck if that wants to come in. We're in a really good position as long as I can keep said position. And then I kind of need Volcanion around because it deals with Mega Blastoise. Stays in, gonna take the Sludge Wave. Not enough to take it out, but we do get the poison. Goes for another Psyshock, okay. So looking at this, I could see my opponent wanting to go out into Muck here. I'm actually just going to go for the Earth Power. Nothing to really lose. Withdraws. Please show me the Muck. Yes. Okay. Does a huge amount. Thankfully, we lost that assault vest. My opponent loses some special defense. Okay. So now we're in a really good position. I'm just going to go for another Earth Power. Nothing on my opponent's team that can go against it. Down goes Mach. Big threat gone. And that gives free reign, kind of free reign for my Poisonium Z. Haxorus goes back out to Pop-Tart. Okay. Did my opponent try to be protecting? I got nothing to lose to go for the Sludge Wave. I think my opponent's just trying to sack this thing off, which I'm okay with. Down goes Pop-Tart. I think Volcanion could just clean up here. Goes out to Blastoise. Okay, I really don't have anything for this per se. And I really don't. Just gonna go out to my Conch Elder here. Because I don't know what other moves my opponent has, and you know, with its ability, I don't know how I could take Dark Pulses or Aura Spheres or anything like that, depending on what my opponent has. Goes for Scald, so I'm actually partially okay with this. I don't know if my opponent realized that I have Water Absorb on Volcanion, or that it's the only move it really gets anyways. But I'm just going to go for a Drain Punch here. Goes for Ice Beam. Are they predicting a switch? Mega Blastoise is pretty bulky. I'm just going to go for a Mach Punch here. Get off a little bit of extra chip damage. That looked like it did more than the Drain Punch almost. Or as much even. I think my opponent's really dead set on me switching out to a Dragon type. Kind of want to go back up to Volcanion here, but I don't. And I don't think my opponent's at a point where I could take it out. Probably has Dark Pulse. I kind of have to go out to Volcanion here. I mean, I could go out to Sylveon and Hyper Voice it, but I don't know what else my opponent has. I'm just going to go for Earth Power here. Goes for Scald, Water Absorb. Yep, I don't think my opponent realized about Water Absorb, but he's not exactly like the biggest competitive player, but we haven't had a battle in such a long time. I think he just wanted to get a battle in. So I'm just going to go for another Earth Power. Goes for Dark Pulse. So I thought, gets the flinch. Okay, so we'll take that, Hacks. Goes for Dark Pulse again. I mean, my opponent could flinch us down. Doesn't get the second flinch. Okay. But I think my friend wants to get back into competitive battling, so we just wanted to have a quick little match to get back into things. Down goes Blastoise. So we have the Mienshao, Serena, and which we see the Mienshao now, and Typhlosion left. Which Volcanion's pretty good for all of them, but I'm just gonna let him go down here. We see the Fake Out. I'm just gonna go for Steam Eruption. Goes for Drain Punch to get a little bit of HP back. I don't know if that's gonna give enough to negate the Life Orb. Yeah, okay. So now I have free reign to go out to my Aerodactyl, which just cleans up game. You can go for that wing attack because Serena's not going to take a wing attack. This thing's not going to take a wing attack, and then I have Earthquake for Typhlosion. If it can even live a wing attack. Sorry about that. I guess we'll find out. My opponent stays in, so yeah. That's a Gan Mian Shao. Given how fast Mega Aerodactyl is. And there's our wing attack. Now I have Earthquake. I'm going to go for Earthquake on the Typhlosion because I'm not going to risk the Stone Edge. There's Typhlosion. An Earthquake should be more than enough to deal with this thing. Get the Earthquake off, and then it's just a matter of wing attack. Okay, I thought it was going to live for a second there. I would have been very surprised had Typhlosion actually lived an Earthquake from Mega Aerodactyl. And now we see Serena, or Tesserina, however you want to pronounce it. I'm just going to go for the wing attack here and finish up the game. Unless it's Focus Sashed. It actually lives. I mean, I know wing attack's not exactly the most heavy hitting move, but Tough Claws. Stab, Mega Aerodactyl. Huh. Learn something new every day. Just gonna go for that second wing attack here. And that is a game. So nice little 4-0. And definitely could have lost if I had not played that right with Volcanion. I think Volcanion just really cleaned up the game. It had moves for everything on my opponent's team. Besides the Blastoise, but it did neutral damage. But thank you guys for watching. Good game to my opponent. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you want to see more Wi-Fi battles. And I'm going to get out of here.